congratulations for organizing this event. I'm Romania, I'm your neighbor, but I've been in many countries, and such a great event, it is one of a kind. You have to be proud of that. Congratulations, Sergei. Congratulations, Mrs. Stanisheva. Congratulations, Prime Minister of Bulgaria, because you have to be proud of that. I came here on purpose. Of course, I have regular meetings with our Vice President of the European Commission, with Teresa Ribera. We are working closely, and I have to say many thanks, Teresa, because coming to Sofia, coming to Bucharest, it's a strong signal that European Union should be the same in Brussels and in Sofia and in Bucharest. And that's a very important support for all these people, because here it's a strong feeling on somehow discrimination. Let's put it in a very blunt way. Many times, the European projects, because speaking about decarbonization, it is about money at the end of the day. Many times, the Bulgarian companies, the Romanian companies, they are losing the competition because of one criteria, which, by the way, is not in the EU legislation. Lack of similar expertise on the implementation of the European projects. And of course, if you don't have one European project, how you can have experience, similar experience? I have this speech with you, with Ekaterina Zaharieva, with everybody, because this has to be put in a very blank way. You shouldn't expect that we'll have progress in this part of the Europe if we don't fix that. And number two, decarbonization is about energy. In Bulgaria, in Romania, and in Greece, we are #1 in the European Union when it comes to prices. The highest prices of the energy, they are on this region. And why is that? One of the major reasons is the lack of interconnection between Hungary and Austria, not enough capacity, and zero connection between Austria and Slovakia. If you look to the map, there is no way that you can have an interconnection between Bulgaria, Romania, Greece, and the rest of Europe, because that's the only way you can have an interconnection. And what is the end result? In Bulgaria, Romania, and Greece, we are having the highest bills. The citizens, from 1st of July, together with the new government, will have the highest prices for citizens in Romania. How much? Around 300 euros megawatt hour. That will lead to 1 million people which they have to choose between buying food and medicaments or paying the electricity bills. 2.2 times increase. 2.2 times. For the companies in Romania, but also I've seen the figures for Bulgaria, the highest prices, 250, 260 euros, so long as so far. How they can be competitive? So from one hand, they have to pay the higher prices, the highest prices, and from other hand, they import from the countries outside the EU, which they don't have to pay taxes. And of course, we are losing jobs, we are losing opportunities, and we are losing the trust of the people, because the people, they don't see a future. How we have to do that? To better address and look at the main reasons why we are in this very situation. Me, I'm among others, the head of the SD delegation in the European Parliament, but I'm also dealing as a coordinator in ITRE. And this kind of discussions we have extensively with all the commissioners. We are lucky because we are listening by Teresa, by Dan Jorgensen, but we have to have a common voice. My dear friends, this region will not solve the problem unless we are together. I spoke this morning with my friend Peter Vitanov, an extremely valuable member of the European Parliament the last term. We used to be like Spain and Portugal, the Iberic Alliance. We have to continue to do that, because in this battle, nobody will pay attention to our problems unless we are united and we have a strong voice. And speak on a very blank way and put it on the table. Because Teresa Ribera, she's today in Sofia. Maybe she will come, but not every month. She has to go back in Brussels and say, guys, She's the executive vice president of the European Commission, and she has to say, I've been to Sofia, and there are these very problems. We have to solve them. We have to solve them because there are millions and millions of people affected by something which has to be addressed. By whom? By the European Commission, by the European Parliament, and you are here to support you. So these are my two main messages, and I come on purpose to say that you are not alone. We are with you, Romania, because Romania is Bulgaria, Bulgaria is Romania, and the Greece, and together we can solve our problems for the greater good of our people, our companies, and our economies. Thank you so much for everything. Congratulations, Bulgaria, for what you did today.
Thank you, Mr. Nica. Thank you very much for putting the region on the table. And you carefully avoided to name it, by the way, and I fully agree, because Balkans, nobody wants to be Balkans, Southeast Europe is too long, post-communism is offensive, so I agree that the region is appropriate way to put it as a whole. The region, we are the region. Можем ли да бъдем едновременно чисти и успешни, едновременно зелени от към климат, конкурентно способни като икономика, или това е нашата си европейска утопия, в която се самозалъгваме упорито?
So, my honest answer is, we can do it if you'll have money to do it. So, without money is just a dream. That's why we have to have the European Commission, we have to have the European Investment Bank, we have to have as much as possible the national governments, because without money we cannot increase the competitivity and we cannot finance these projects. The CCS, that's the most expensive project ever. Without money provided by somebody, it will be no projects. And the same is true for all sectors. For steel, the same is true for aluminum, the same is true for chemicals, for everybody.
Everybody can do it with money. Let's try.
Without money?
Thank you.
Nice try. But
so that everybody is happy.
Well, compromise for me is equal pragmatism. So it is about finding ways, means, and to reach the best result. That's for me the most important the aspect. And there is one but. Keep in mind, European Union, it should be one size fits all. If you don't say, look, all Bulgarian hands, they're a little bit longer. For me, I don't have, I need a coat which is like that. Nobody will fight for you. So compromise is pragmatism and fight.
I'm sure everybody likes this here in the audience.